Okay, so quick announcement before we start here. I'm going to stop uploading random gameplay videos to this channel because it's kind of cluttering it up. So from now on, I will post them on a separate channel in the description. Now, I know literally nobody cares about this, but at least now you'll know every upload from me will be a real video. Alright. This is a rare occasion, but today I will talk about some levels I really like. And also some other levels I want to talk about that don't really fit in a separate video. There's no real rhyme or reason to this video, I'm just gonna talk about some random levels basically. Brace yourself. Okay, so the first level I have on my list here is Sunset Sandstorm by Crone44, which is a level loosely based on Black Blizzard. What I like about Sunset Sandstorm is that it reimagines Black Blizzard in a way that clearly takes some inspiration, but it does something completely different with it. They both have a similar kind of feel to them when you look at the gameplay and effects, but in some aspects they are also completely opposite from each other. For example, while Black Blizzard is entirely in black and white, Sunset Sandstorm features a lot of colorful parts and feels a lot brighter than the darkness that covers Black Blizzard. In terms of decoration, I do think Black Blizzard is just a tiny bit better, but the reason I like Sunset Sandstorm better overall is the gameplay. The gameplay in this level syncs perfectly with the song in most parts. Not just the inputs, but also the movements of the player are in tandem with the song, and it just feels really satisfying. I especially like the beginning where you hit the same platforms over and over to the beat, but whenever the song introduces a different instrument, you go off course and it syncs with that instead. So yeah, Sunset Sandstorm receives my highly coveted seal of approval. Next! This is the first level that I vividly remember blowing my mind. It's this old ass level called Illusion by Dveri, or Doge, depending who you ask. The part that completely floored me was this part here. Yeah, okay, it may not seem very impressive nowadays, but this was back in 1.8, I want to say. Back when you only had 4 color channels and no other triggers whatsoever. Basically, you were a lot more limited in what you could do. So when somebody managed to make this wavy electric current thing dance across the screen, I was completely astonished by it. And then there's the rest of the level, which is... whatever. There were plenty of other levels at the time that looked like this. But for me, this section near the beginning sets it apart. Anyway, this level really stuck with me as a symbol for innovation and creativity, which is why I wanted to mention it here. Next! I really like Carmel's levels in general. His levels usually have a unique and interesting visual style, as well as clever gameplay that uses the game's mechanics in creative ways. Usually, anyway. There's a certain roughness to his levels that's very recognizable and iconic. I'm not really sure whether that's a good thing, but whatever. Let's just get to the point already. I just want to talk about Falling Up for a second, because Falling Up is my favorite level by Carmel. In terms of general decoration, Falling Up doesn't stand out too much from his other levels, but what's unique about this one is its theming. I briefly mentioned this in my last video, but Falling Up is like one of 3 levels that have properly implemented a story to it. And no, I'm not talking about these monstrosities. Falling Up shows a journey going steadily upwards from ground level all the way up into the clouds, and at the end the far reaches of space. And this theme of falling up is also reflected by the gameplay in some parts. And this is exactly what I meant when I was talking about incorporating a story through the decoration and gameplay of your level, and not through cutscenes or text. It's because of this that you can attach your own interpretation to the level, like what this journey is supposed to represent. It's also why the name Falling Up is such a good fit for the level. If it was named anything else, like for example if he named it after the song, which he often does, the level would have been worse as a result. Next! You know, I think it's about time I made my 4th video about God Eater, so here we go! Psst! Hey, remember when God Eater was released and literally the same day people found his secret way? Oh, and when he got a cease and desist letter because he stole the art in the level? I'm just looking for an excuse to make fun of Nobbleboy at this point, to be honest. By the way, speaking of stolen art, whatever happened to Woodkid? Last time I heard about it, Jakers said he was going to wait for 2.2 to come out to update the level, I think. Is that still happening, or what? Well, I guess we'll never know. This is an announcement to all the people who think Geometrical Dominator is the best Rob Top level. How does it feel to be completely fucking brain dead? Imagine thinking Geometrical Dominator is the best main level. You must be some kind of idiot to actually believe that. Clearly, the best level made by Rob Top, no contest, hands down, is Electrodynamics. I know not everybody is going to agree with me on this, but I'm a big fan of the use of player colors in this level. The decoration isn't all that outstanding. It's your typical Rob Top level after all, but the player colors really make this level in particular stand out. And it doesn't even matter what color combination you use, the level always looks pretty good, which is not easy to pull off. And the decoration isn't the only aspect of this level that I really like. It's also just a blast to play. The level is fast paced and has gameplay that flows really nicely. This ship part in the triple speed section especially is just so satisfying. I know it's kind of infamous, and I know a lot of people had trouble with this level when they first got to it, which is why it has kind of a bad rep, but honestly, this level is just really good. Next! Okay, so Belloc is probably one of the best looking levels to come out in recent history. I don't even know where to start, dude. Like, this level has it all. It's clear that this collab was organized very well, as all of the parts complement each other. The theming in this level is absolutely great too. It's like a techie sort of Egyptian desert style, which fits so well with the song. To be fair, the Deathless did it first, but the execution here is really good. The overall quality of every individual part is pretty good too. Of course, some parts will be better than others, but Belloc doesn't really have any bad parts. The one thing that I don't really like about Belloc is the gameplay. If you've seen my Big Boom review, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's more of that. Despite the fact that the sync is great, it feels really finicky to play in some parts. Anyway, just watch that video if you want more details about that, if you haven't seen it yet. One exception to this is the part decorated by Sminx. This dual ship section is so fun to play and by far the best part of the level gameplay wise. You know, I've noticed that Penito's gameplay style lends itself very well to layout videos, and they're great fun to watch, but to actually put them into practice in a level makes them kind of fall apart. Of course, this doesn't take away from the fact that Belloc is a stunning level in every other aspect. Thumbs up. Okay, and now a super fast lightning round for levels that I wanted to cover, but I didn't have much to say about. I accidentally wrote down future fuck in the script. I really like the look of this level as well as the effects, and the fact that it's a reimagining of two levels that you wouldn't really associate with each other at all is pretty interesting. But what holds this level back is that some of the parts that were inspired by High Life are kind of ugly, much like the original. Way too fucking long. Man, the person who made this level must be some kind of genius, am I right? I don't care if it looks like I'm sucking my own dick here. In fact, I wish I could do that. I've tried. Anyway, I'm just really proud of this level, okay? Just let me have this. One of the most iconic 1.9 levels ever. Most of the parts have solid design, and they did a great job at giving the level a kind of hectic atmosphere without turning it into a huge mess. What I don't like about this level is the swing copter at the drop, which is like, wow. Why would you reserve the most exciting part of the song for the most boringest game mode? And directly after that is one of Viper's fucking ball mazes. Ugh. Alefnol is a very creative and interesting level, but I am getting a little tired of this 1.0 aesthetic. Okay, that's the end. I don't think I'll love you no more. You never seem to call me lately. Girl, I don't think you know me at all, 'cause I never thought I'd have to say this. No, I don't love you, and I never did. Look at us burning down in flames for kicks, but just know I'm not singing for your XO. I'm just singing 'cause it's over.